ख़वातीन हज़रात, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सिब्तैन काज़मी आपके सामने आप और आप के एक और सनसनीखेज़ प्रोग्राम के साथ, एपिसोड के साथ आपके सामने हाजिर है। माजी में जितने मैंने प्रोग्राम किए हैं, मेरी हमेशा कोशिश ये होती है कि एक नई चीज़ मार्केट में लेके जाए, जो लोग आम रोज़मर्रा ज़िंदगी में देखते हैं लेकिन उस पर तवज्जो नहीं देते, और अगर तवज्जो देते हैं तो उसको इतनी वक़्त नहीं दी जाती कि वो बात समझ में आए। तो उस चीज़ को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए मैंने सोचा कि अपने हमारे स्टूडियो में दो ख़वातीन ऐसी जो ना सिर्फ ख़वातीन के लिए काफ़ी काम कर रही हैं बट ऑल्सो डूइंग अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स फॉर पाकिस्तान। सो बगैर किसी ताख़ीर के मैं आपका तारुफ़ कराना चाहता हूँ जनाबा ज़ैनब नवीद एंड मोनिका आहूजा। वेलकम टू आप और आप।
Thank you for having us.
The pleasure and honor is mine that such amazing, phenomenal ladies have graced us with their presence. So, welcome to Aap Aur Aap. हमारी जो बातें चल रही हैं ज़ैनब आपके साथ पिछले 5 years. Oh my God, 5 years with the affiliation with Miss Pakistan.
Right.
तो मुझे बताइए कि ये क्या है Miss Pakistan?
Well, Miss Pakistan, now we even have Mrs. Pakistan, but
Okay.
Miss Pakistan started 5 years ago,
Okay.
and the point of the pageant was to empower women. You know,
Okay.
I wanted to highlight Pakistani women with different backgrounds. They could be, you know, people from different, as far as like educations, we have doctors, lawyers, and then there's professionals who are, you know, pursuing modeling, acting. So I wanted to get women with different backgrounds and give them this platform to kind of participate in a pageant that is going to be highlighting our Pakistani women.
Okay. And so this is your baby.
This is my baby.
This is your baby, right? And 5 years you had, and all the events, all the 5, you have done 5, right? 5
Right.
pageants. All of them have been done in where?
So our first one was in Maryland. We started in Maryland. The
Okay.
second one was in New York, and for the last 3 years we've been in Virginia.
In Virginia.
Yeah.
And Monica, what is your role? Are you one of the organizers with her? You want to make sure that she stay calm? Describe your role to me.
It's a very multifaceted role.
Okay, okay.
So I help choreograph the piece, you know, the walks, the dance. I basically become their best friend for the weekend because she has that authority to hold. So I come in place and I just help the girls on one-on-one basis. And then, the organization part where we are behind the scene, there's so much going on. So I'm
Okay.
always with her. We're together in this as a team.
Okay.
So it's been fun 5 years so far.
Wow. And, you know, I wish you, of course, both of you, to continue this effort, because I remember, it was 1988. There was Miss Pakistan was being held in Pakistan, in New York. And there was a riot outside the auditorium, people against. And a lot of Maulvis were in it, and, you know, Dadi wale, this and that. And there was a protest. Which is ridiculous. That
Right.
you know, I mean, that's again my personal opinion. Have you guys come across something like this? के protest कि ये क्या गैर इस्लामी हरकतें इस्लाम खतरे में पड़ गया है इस तरह कुछ?
So जब हमने pageant शुरू किया था, when we started the pageant, of course it was held in Maryland, like I said, and we didn't face so much criticism. It was like some of the people from the community agreed to it that yes, it's a great platform. हमारी पाकिस्तानी लड़कियों को आप highlight कर रही हैं और ये करना चाहिए. But there were a few that were against it. Like any community, any person would criticize if they thought that we weren't highlighting a Pakistani woman in the right way. And so from the beginning. The first year, it went well. I cannot say we had any issues. But when we had the pageant in New York, one of the contestants' father came at the pageant before she even got on stage. Took her right off like a day before, came, literally sat in front of me and was like, hey, like, she's not gonna go on stage, and I'm against this. Her family's against this, so we're gonna literally take her off the stage.
And that's a day before the show.
A day before the show.
Whoa.
And he was continuously calling her, calling us and we're like, she signed a contract. She's old enough. She's over 18 years old, and if she wants to participate, and I tried to explain to him कि इस pageant का motive क्या है. हम लोग औरतों को किसी तरह भी नीचे नहीं गिरा रहे हैं. We're not giving them a bad name. It's actually just empowering them. These are the women that are going to be the right role models. They're going to go and do things for the community, and these are the women that you want to affiliate yourself with and be proud of. He did not agree with anything. Took her away, and then I don't know what happened, what they did with her, and we started getting messages, right, that she was going to have a riot. She was going to have a riot herself outside of the pageant with everybody saying, yeah, I don't know what happened.
That's a
Let me
big
get this
caption.
straight.
Yeah, the contestant
She
herself.
was part of the pageant,
Yes.
so I'm assuming that she'd been coming to the rehearsals.
Yeah, 2 days, right? She was
2
there
days,
for
yeah.
2
2
days.
days. And a
She
day
stayed there.
before, father said no.
You're right.
And then she joined the cult
Yeah.
and started protesting against the pageant.
Against the pageant.
Well,
Yeah.
well, whoever she was, I want to name any, but I'm sure she knows.
Yeah.
That's up to you, Switching boats is always shake. All right, so here's I have been. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I want to say that it's not always the riot, but there are also times where, since because of the culture, because it's like pageant system is not always like, and when it comes to Pakistan especially,
Right.
it's not something they ask women to do, or they don't motivate them to do something like that. So we get a lot of contestants who are great, their personality is great, they want to come aboard, but because it's not motivated by their parents, it's not something
Exactly.
that parents want them to do. So we get a lot of kind of like the girls like, okay, no, I'm sorry, I can't participate because my parents are not gonna allow. So I feel like even if it's not a riot, it's still affecting us, and it's still
Definitely,
affecting
yeah.
people to be be part of this pageant, which again, it's all about like women empowerment. So why, we're not
Or
doing
at
bathing
least
suits,
get a
we're not
chance
doing
to
swimsuits.
do what you want to do.
Exactly.
You're not offending anybody, right?
Exactly.
Well, okay. Only it's unfortunate, and I don't think it's a Muslim thing. It's more of a conservative culture. So
Right,
whether you are
yeah.
Muslim or Hindu or Christian, or anything.
I can
It's
attest
a-
to that.
Really?
Because I'm Pakistan. I was born in Pakistan, but I'm Hindu. If I tell people
Oh,
Pakistani,
my
the
God.
first thing they think like, oh, you're not Muslim. I was like, you don't have to be to live in a country.
Yeah.
So I can attest to that it's a culture thing. It's not really a Muslim or a Hindu thing when people make it seem like one, but it's simply how you're raised and which country you're raised, and you just go by the rules that
And you just
you're
answered my
raised
next
in.
question, because I just wanted to ask you that you are Monica Ahuja. And, are you okay?
I get a pleasure of working with both the organizations.
Yes, it is, and it's we should not कि जी वो कहते हैं ना कि एक मछली तारे तालाब को गंदा करती है. I don't think that is the case.
Right.
Every conservative family member or member of that culture, they're not, all of them are not like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was born in Pakistan. I have 3 sisters, and in the 80s, the time of Ziaul Haq, my father sent my sisters to the National Concert of Art to learn dance. And this is early 80s, I'm talking.
Right.
Back then, they were like, are you kidding? My entire family, like, are you? No, relax, man. My father said, take it easy, okay? I want my children to learn. It's an art. So, all right, so coming back to the pageant. I'm guessing when somebody says, and this is going to be a little sensitive, so don't be offended. When you say Miss Pakistan, right, you have involved the country. Do you have any kind of authority to use that name?
No, see, the thing is, and I don't think anybody does.
Okay.
Even there's a pageant that I was affiliated with, which is Miss Pakistan World.
Okay.
So technically, you don't have the authority to use that name.
Okay.
But again, this name, you register it. It's not like you could compare it to the country itself that, hey, I'm Miss Pakistan, but then you put Miss Pakistan USA. You're using the country, but yet you're letting them know that,
okay.
hey, this pageant is held in US and you're a title holder of Miss Pakistan USA.
USA.
Just like they have Miss Pakistan UAE, they have Miss Pakistan in London. I think in some European countries they have it too.
Okay.
And so again, it's the same thing that, hey, you're not just Miss Pakistan. Just remember you're part of Miss Pakistan USA.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I was thinking that if you use the word Pakistan, then
No.
Pakistan government can say, hey, we didn't authorize you.
No.
How you're using our name?
The only way they could get involved is if you send your girls to international pageants. And by that, I mean Miss Universe and Miss World. You know, these two pageants.
Oh.
So you have to get the permission from the country itself because now you're representing them
Represent the
internationally in a, on a platform internationally. So you
Correct.
have to have that authority from the country itself. And that is the reason, our girls don't go to Miss Universe or Miss World. But the crazy part about it is that they don't even have a swimsuit competition anymore. They eliminated it because they wanted Muslim countries to send their women to pageants,
Correct.
Because
it opens the door.
Exactly. Going back to like pageants, Sibtain, I think people, it's like a lack of education and knowledge.
Also wrong image.
Yeah, wrong image. Pageants are
yes,
not
It's not about
showing
a
your body.
body, yeah.
It's not every time we have a contestant come on board, this is like a 15-20 minute interview that goes on where I explain to them, or Monica will explain that, hey, we're not here to showcase your body, your looks. We want to see how intelligent you are. We want to see what you have to offer to the community. How are you going to be the woman that, I could reach out to be like, hey, I need your help.
Correct.
Please be the right leader, the role model to guide me through, any trouble that I might be facing.
In fact, we even promote conservative clothing,
Exactly.
and hey, we always tell them that you are catering to the audience, and audience is Pakistani, So we promote that. We will never ask them to wear anything with like,
Revealing,
hey,
yeah.
So it goes back to the same thing that Monica is saying, that you bring your own clothes. You're comfortable wearing something that covers head to toe. In fact, we had a hijabi woman compete in last year, Mrs. Pakistan. She's a hijabi. She wore dresses that were beautiful, elegant, but she was covered from head to toe. She had a hijab.
Okay.
The only thing you see is her face, and everything else was covered. But she was our first runner-up.
Wow.
And she
It's
was
all
gorgeous.
because she
Okay,
answered the
so
question.
let's say, you have Miss and Mrs.
Right.
And you have a winner. Okay, so how does it, explain to me, how does it work, like from day one? As far as the contestants are concerned, what stages they go through?
So,
Is it qualifying round?
Yeah. So
what happens to you in the rehearsals and how, whatever, the platform of the pageant.
Right.
What, how from, I don't know how many contestants you have,
Right.
let's say you have 15, and how do you get to one?
Okay, so we have a website, of course. You go
Okay.
and you apply over there. Again, there are some contestants that apply on their own, and there's some that I would be like, hey, she's a perfect, she could be the next Miss Pakistan. She's so good at talking, she's so confident, she's well put together. So there's some people that we reach out to that, hey, would you like to run for this pageant? And after they apply, so they go through a phone interview process where myself, Monica, or somebody else from the team member would call them and have maybe about a 30-minute phone interview.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So
Along with explanation
Yes.
of what they're getting into, with all the information that they need, and we ask them to ask questions if they need any time, any given day.
Okay.
Anything that you want to
Wonderful.
know, this is your time to ask us, because after this interview, before your interview, we select you, and that's how your process starts. And if you're not selected, we're sorry. Try next year. We send them an email saying that I'm sorry, you were unfortunately not selected.
Okay.
So once they're selected, we start sending them packets to prepare for. We give them there's literally I think a page with 20, 30 different files. Some that say, hey, this is what you need to know about your country. Some would be, hey, this is a preliminary round that you're going to face. The second day of the pageant. When you get there, you're gonna have one-on-one with the judges. So prepare yourself.
Okay. We're not at the event yet.
No. This is a day before the event. You're given a packet. You're given a packet ahead of time that prepare yourself for the pageant.
Okay.
These are 100 questions. When you go in the preliminary round, these questions will be asked. So go through previous pageants, go do your research, learn how to answer these questions because they will be asked during the preliminary. And there's 100 questions there. So it could be anything from hey, if you were to be on top of a magazine cover, which magazine would you choose? Do you think plastic surgery should be, if a contestant had plastic surgery, should they still be able to apply in a pageant or not? Just to kind of get an idea of, hey, can you answer various different questions? After they get that, now...
Hold on a second. The answers questions What those questions are? You checking the intelligence, or what are you checking?
So we're checking, these are the things that the judges, we tell them ahead of time, that you need to know how confident they are. You know, when I'm sitting with you, I ask you this question, are you sitting here stuttering or you're answering the question? You know, how well can you speak in front of the media? How, if you were to answer a question or if you were to address the audience, would you be able to do it? Because it's not easy to get on stage. You're Miss Pakistan now. Go on stage and make a speech in front of like people that are maybe like 400 to 500 people sitting there.
Oh,
you should know how to talk in front of an audience,
absolutely.
right? So we check that, we see how well prepared they are, how much they know about the country itself, the current issues that are not only happening in Pakistan, but USA itself. So we want to know how involved you are in your community. So that's how we kind of score them in different like levels, if they have answered confidently or if they gave the right answer. By that time, you already know that, you know, the girls that we're dealing with.
Okay.
Then...
So at this point, you have filtered out, what, about 20%?
Yeah.
Okay.
And preliminary, there's a reason it's called preliminary, because it's also the fact that we check that are they able to answer the day after.
Exactly.
Because on the day of the pageant, in the last round, which I'm sure she'll get to, they asked an on-spot question which is not from the packet.
Exactly.
So it's basically preparation.
Yeah.
If our top 5 contestant, you know, is not able to answer somebody behind the scenes, will she really be able to speak in front of the entire media, all this audience and stuff? And also, if we know a girl is messing up at preliminary a little bit or hesitant or is not very confident, we go ahead and tell her, hey, listen, I know it didn't go well, but this is your chance, pick it up and stuff. So we're able to address those situations before we get to the media. Because there always going to be criticism, and always. So we try our girls to be prepared for those situations.
Correct. Okay.
Through that preliminary, and because it's really helpful.
So now let's say initially, well, let's say 20 girls.
Yeah.
So after the preliminaries, you're down to.
No, we don't take anybody out.
No.
We just give them the scores. Like, we already know that, hey, this is how they scored in their preliminary. Everyone gets to go on stage unless they decide not to continue after the preliminary round.
Even if they don't, they don't have a shot to the crown. They still go to the stage.
They still have the shot to the crown.
Oh, they still have it.
They still have it. For instance, like, I'm going to give you an example. In our 2016, we've had one of the contestants who didn't do so well in her preliminary round. Like, when we get the scores from the judges, they're like, okay, this girl's at the top bottom, like the least. I think she was number, I don't know what, 9 or 10. She goes on stage. We didn't tell her anything. We're like, just, rehearse and be good, like everybody else. She goes on stage and she's asked a question. I think it was by Rima, was our judge, or...
I think it was Rima.
Rima asked her, and she answered to the point where everybody in the audience started clapping for her.
And she won.
And she won the pageant.
Wow.
So the girl in the preliminary round who wasn't doing so good, we didn't even know if she was going to make top 5. Yeah.
And then
she goes on stage.
Okay.
Perfect.
She blows everything away.
So then after, let's say, the first 3 Miss and 3 Misses, right? Where do they go from there?
After they have won the pageant, you're saying?
Yes. Like they're the winner, first runner-up, second runner-up. After that, then what?
So we see, when they're entering the pageant, we're honest with them that, hey, this pageant, you tell us, why do you want to be the next Miss Pakistan?
Very important question.
What do you want to achieve? What are your goals? Let's say you have, one of the question is in the interview, now that you're the winner of the pageant, what are you going to do with the title? So basically, we try to focus on the things that they want to do. You would get maybe like 5% of the girls, Sibtain, that would be like, hey, I want to go into modeling and acting. 5%.
That's it.
That's it. The rest are like, hey, I want to be a community leader. This is what I'm currently doing. And this is, I am well established here. These are the issues that I want to address. I want to host events that empower women. I want to bring knowledge to the community. And like recently in our recent interviews, there are people who are like, hey, there's a lack of knowledge in our Pakistani community about such issues such as, how your hygienes. People don't know about it. They don't clean their teeth right, and this and that. And she told me, like, just off topic, I'm telling you.
Really?
She told me she wants to put the event together to educate people about that. Now, that is something unique and different. You're not going to get every day where they're going to be like, hey, I want to, I want to be a model, I want to be an actress. It's the least we get out of all the people. They just want to be the right role models. They want to be leaders. Yeah.
Wow. So your girls, after holding the crown or holding a position, do they attend
Of course.
I don't know, PTI events or whatever?
They do. Like, there are previous, top runners up. They do attend. They are affiliated with PTI itself.
Okay.
One of our contestants was Kazra, our previous winner. She was a second runner up. She's affiliated with the women's wing of PTI.
Oh,
So there
wonderful.
are people
Wow,
who are,
wow.
who are branching out in their own ways and they want to do different things instead of being the
Okay.
the typical miss.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
important because
Yeah.
that is the ideology, that's a concept you are walking with.
Right.
That this is not about a person who is
Right.
a woman on the
Right.
stage. It's a human being who
Right.
have talents and education and goals and who not would just like anybody else would do.
Right.
You would
Right.
represent right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all. I was wondering if you can give us some clips.
Mm-hmm.
The thought just came to my mind that if you can give us some clips of your previous 5 events, and we would like to put it in our program and
Definitely.
see, and it's besides the promotion part.
Right.
It shows to people that who are not at the event
Right.
or they just heard about it, and I'm sure when people hear things they hear good and bad both.
Of course, yeah.
It depends who the person is saying. We would love to have some of your clips,
Definitely.
especially behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
the
term.
good stuff.
What is that? You use it.
BTS.
BTS, ladies and gentlemen. BTS, behind the scene. I just learned this today. BTS. So Monica is the queen of BTS.
Hashtag BTS.
Hashtag is there too. Oh man, I miss those days when you just pick up the phone. Can you imagine you call somebody and you use the language of texting in actual conversation?
LOL.
Yeah.
LOL. That burns the daylights out of me. LOL. Anything you say, LOL.
But did you understand it first when somebody went,
No,
"Oh, okay."
no, it's like these, no. Anyway, so we would love to have some of your clips from the events.
Sure.
And 5 year, you said, 1 in Maryland, 1 in New York, 2nd in New York,
Yeah.
and last 3 in Virginia. So what's the plan for 2019?
For this year, we're gonna have it in Virginia again,
Okay.
but we are planning to have it in 2020 in Texas.
Texas.
Yes,
Houston.
Okay, so let's just a large Pakistani
I
community.
know.
19, do we have a date?
We do.
Oh.
It's going to be on August 4th.
August 4th, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
2019.
Yes.
Location?
Waterford.
Which
Springfield.
Springfield, Waterford.
Yeah.
August
4th.
4th, 7-ish.
Yeah, around 6 o'clock. But typically people come late, so it will be. We want everyone to come at
Let's
6
just
o'clock.
say 6 o'clock
Yeah.
so they come by
Is
7.
that 6 a.m. they are saying? No, 6 p.m. I would like, we're sort of coming towards the end of our show, so I would like to give you 30 seconds and 30 seconds to you to say something to your previous contestants and future contestants who are not your contestant yet, and just to a girl,
Right.
Please look in the camera and talk to the audience.
So should I go first? Okay, so I would like to say, as a president of Miss Pakistan and Mrs. Pakistan USA, I would like to say it's been a pleasure, and we've had the most wonderful contestants in the past, and we're really looking forward to our new contestants. And if you are interested, we would love for you to apply, and we would like to know why you would like to be the next Miss Pakistan. And this is a platform that highlights Pakistani women, and any one of you could be it. So don't think that you need to be a certain type of a way to be the next Miss Pakistan. Just if you think you're confident and you could be the right role model for Miss Pakistan, you should definitely apply.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, she has covered most of it, but I would like to say thank you to whoever applied and has participated in the past. It takes a lot of courage to do so. Being from pageant systems ourselves, we know that, we recognize that, and the fact that you came up on board and put yourself through this whole week preparation, months preparation, and got yourself on the stage, it's an applause. You are commendable. Hats off. And second thing is for the future contestant, as she said, it is for anyone and everyone. We're here to empower you while you empower other women. So we're here to support you while you support other women. So I would love, love, love for anyone and everyone to just come aboard and just see what you have in here. You might just like what we have to offer.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
come aboard.
I love the passion. I mean, you guys are, and I'm sure this is a hobby for you guys. Right?
Yeah, passion.
Passion.
Very.
I mean, this is not your 9 to 5 thing.
No.
Right? This is, you have your own careers
Of
and
course.
who now, whatnot. And unfortunately, we didn't get into your personal careers and stuff.
You're just
we
gonna have to write us
Long
back. You're just gonna have to have us back.
then we definitely, I would love to. So, ladies and gentlemen, August 4th, 6 p.m., Waterford, Springfield, Miss Pakistan. We have one of I like to address to them as the backbone of Pakistani women in this area, and well, New York and Washington, and it's hats off. It's really, I personally have been involved in the pageants, and I know how tough.
Takes a lot of effort.
It does. It requires a lot, and especially, you have your own life also, and you dedicate this time, and it's not very rewarding. It's not, I don't think it's making money as such. It's not just a passion,
Right.
which, you guys, well, thank you so much. It
Thank
was
you.
such a pleasure to have you guys. It's just bringing the energy in the studio.
Thank
So,
you.
ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
August 4th,
Hashtag be there.
2019. Hashtag
Hashtag be there.
2019. Please do not miss. Till then, अगर जिंदगी रही तो आपसे दोबारा मुलाकात होगी. तब तक के लिए सिप्तैन काज़मी आपसे इजाज़त चाहते हैं. खुदा हाफिज़.